Hello everyone. I will be presenting Kaur Khalsa, a world-renowned teacher of Kundalini Yoga and meditation. Khalsa did not begin on the path of Kundalini Yoga until she was in adulthood. She was always very spiritual from a young age and considered her first spiritual teacher her Jewish grandfather. When she experienced her first Kundalini Yoga class, she shortly after decided to leave her fast-paced corporate job to pursue a new path in career, teaching Kundalini Yoga and meditation. She learned from Yogi Bhajan, a world-renowned master of Kundalini Yoga and meditation, who brought the teachings of Kundalini Yoga for women to the United States. She worked directly with him as a course director of his intensive training program until his death in 2004. She continues to train teachers both in the United States and around the world. She directs and teaches Kundalini classes and training and combines teaching in music, meditation, Qigong, and Kundalini Yoga. She has designed and implemented programs for special needs students, as well as classes specific for athletes, pregnant women, and the elderly. Khalsa resides in New York City with her husband Dave, a jazz musician and co-founder of their business, Hari NYC, involving online and in-person classes that combine Kundalini Yoga and jazz. Along with this, she also maintains the role of founding member and vice president of the National Yoga Alliance in Clinton, Maryland, and is the executive representative for the Department of Information at the United Nations for 3HO, the International Kundalini Yoga nonprofit organization founded by Yogi Bhajan. Khalsa is also the author of 2 books, a woman's book of yoga, Embracing Our Natural Life Cycles, which is also the first book written in collaboration between a yogi and a doctor, and a woman's book of meditation, Discovering the Power of a Peaceful Mind. Both these books give great insight to her practice and teachings. Khalsa's mission involves helping people to find a greater sense of peace, equanimity, and perspective in their lives through yoga and meditation. Especially from her 2 books, she focuses on the special needs of women pursuing this practice. Women tend to be more connected to their emotions and their own sense of being, but they also face special challenges physically and emotionally. Khalsa focuses on the goal of developing a positive self-image and healing negative patterns of thinking and self-limiting beliefs. Her book on yoga opens with this quote from Yogi Bhajan: "Kundalini Yoga is the science of living as a complete woman." Khalsa brought this and the benefits of yoga and meditation for women altogether to her teachings. She defines Kundalini as the curl of the lock of hair of the beloved, and that Kundalini energy is feminine in nature. Yoga is a spiritual path, but it is also the process that contributes to better physical, mental, and emotional health. In defining the basics of yoga, Khalsa describes the chakras and the 10 bodies as your reality. She also defines the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga as the foundation of yoga techniques. She adds that the chanting of mantra, and by making these vibrations, allows you to be more in tune and have a higher sensitivity to the entire spectrum of vibrations. Mantra also allows you to find deep meditative states. Kundalini Yoga and meditation is different from other forms of yoga practice in several ways. It focuses more on the spiritual elements rather than physical postures or asanas, though they still play an important part. Breathwork, pranayama, and the use of mantras or chanting play a large part in Kundalini practices. Kundalini meditation is also in large part a practice of mental concentration that prepares you for other meditations. From her book on yoga, she follows the steps to beginning a Kundalini yoga session. Khalsa emphasizes the importance of the spinal flex, and practicing this for even a few minutes a day is crucially beneficial. This is how she begins the start of the Kundalini yoga lesson. You start sitting in easy pose, cross-legged, and grasp your ankles with both hands. Inhale as you flex your spine forward and lift your chest up, arching your back forward. Exhale as you flex your spine backward and tilt your pelvis back. This practice begins with the mental chant of Sat while you inhale and Nam while you exhale. This is the most basic spinal flex practice, but there are several variations that incorporate other sitting positions, movements, mudras, and mantras. One of her favorite practices is the morning call. The mantra is Ik Onkar, followed by Sat Nam Siri. The chant is performed with a long breath in and the chant on the exhale in even rhythm. This mantra overall means great is that experience, that truth, that the creator and creation are one. This format slows your breath and is powerful for your health, mind, and nervous system. A recording here from an interview she took part in last year demonstrating this chant.
I'll inhale. Sat City. I'll inhale.
The linking of sound and breath gives you an expansive mental state. All meditations lead to the same place. Each individual person processes what they need to go through and what they need to learn about themselves, and you get to the same place of love. One thoughtful practice that really resonated with me was how people have portfolios that keep track of things like your art portfolio or your financial portfolio. Khalsa suggested keeping a time portfolio because what we spend more than anything is time. Keep track of how you want to spend your time and how you actually spend your time to reclaim your attention and your own time. Kaur Khalsa's work seems to be positive and beneficial to those who work with and learn from her. From interviews and peers, she gets nothing but positive criticism for her work and her teachings. She not only focuses on the spiritual aspects of yoga and meditation, but includes research from scientific studies on the powerful physiological benefits they can have on your health. Thank you for listening, and I am going to end with these 3 questions.